Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy Monday to each and every one of you. Holy moly, what's going on with the market right now? What's going on with the market, fam? It's crazy in the streets right now. It is crazy in the freaking streets right now. What's going on? Bitcoin hit 63,000, XRP, what, hit 53 cents. What's going on right now with the market? Interesting stuff. Is it another Ripple exit? A Ripple exit? Is it really not a Ripple exit? What's going on? Or is it really not an exit? What's going on with that? We'll look into it. We'll look into it. Interesting post on X today from Moonchaser. Interesting post. I gotta say, I agree 1,000 and 10,000%. 1,000 and 10,000% on what she has to say. We'll share that as well. It's interesting how it seems as though the women in the space tend to get it right. It's very interesting to me to see that for freaking sure. I got like 10 tabs open from X about the madness that happened yesterday, day before yesterday, whatever it was with former President Trump. But I'm not going to cover any of that. But I do have it up. I'm going to cover some stuff about Flare Networks, little stuff about XRP and Ripple, real quick. That kind of stuff. When will it go for 1,000%? When will what go for 1,000%? Talking about XRP? Little 10x? Are we talking XRP to $5? You know what's a little maddening as well on X is the supposed adult in the room was talking about prophecies now. Now we're talking about prophecies. Now we're talking about prophecies. We got we got a guy who supposedly called the Trump thing. Is now calling the XRP thing. This is where we are now. We need prophecies now. This is what it's turned into. Well, 10x, given a 10x on XRP, given that the exchanges access is now what 7x of what it was, maybe even 10x to what it was during the lawsuit. Why would we not get a $4 or $5 or $10 XRP? I don't see why we wouldn't. Though I don't personally see why we wouldn't. Some are even calling for higher than that. I'll take it. I'm gonna definitely take it, and I'm gonna get into the reaccumulation stage if we get those numbers. I can tell you that. I can promise you that if we get it, but we're gonna have to get it. Yeah, we're gonna have to get it. I don't expect anything to happen to the latter part of 2024. Latter part, I'm talking about the big stuff not starting. The big stuff, 100% gains a day, not starting until the latter part of 2024. That's what I'm planning on, my friend. That's what I'm planning on. What's going on, Hydro? Hydro said, I seen that, Siege. What's going on, bro? Which one? You saw that prophecy thing? I mean, what's going on? This is what we're turning to now. Prophecy. This is what it's turned into. Waiting on a prophecy. I saw the supposed adult in the room. I saw Brad Kimes. I saw Zach Rector posting this. This is what it's come to. A prophecy. Reporting on the prophecy. Not talking about Flare Networks and utility coming to XRP. Not sharing an ounce of information about that. Not talking about the Flare airdrops. Not talking about the F-asset testing for bringing utility. Prophecies now. Unbelievable. Not participating in the F-beta testing that the thing that's going to bring utility to the asset, which they claim they're utility maxis. Prophecies now. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. This is where we're going. That's where they're going. I'm not going there with that kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, the market decides what's important. We don't get to decide what's important. The market decides. The market decides. The market decides. What's going on, Chris Miles? How are you, bro? Appreciate you checking in. We're gonna go over some stuff on X. I mean, it's awesome to see the market doing what it does. I'll cover the numbers. I mean, why not? I mean, why not cover the numbers? I was looking at Near Protocol, looking to see if I was going to make that another one of my AI plays, but I think not. I'm not going to do it. Pretty good number, 6 billion market cap, 6 billion fully diluted valuation. I think that's good when they're equal like that, or close to equal. 280% on the year is not bad at all. Well, okay, over 3 years, that's that. So 280 on the year, got a circulating, and he got a total. There's no max supply number. It says max supply is infinite. How do we get to that? But anyway, I didn't make the move. I didn't make it. Let's go over the numbers real quick. Share this real quick. I mean, it's doing a little something. Land Wolf. Goodness gracious. All right, let's see. Let's go over these numbers real quick. We're going to go over X, go over some stuff on X as well. Yeah, look at that. According to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap is 2.44 trillion. Let me refresh that, make sure that's right. Up 5.3% on 24 hour. Okay. Don't want to refresh. Okay, fine. Bitcoin dominance at 51%, which means it's probably 55%. According to CoinGecko, 55% probably is the real number. Bitcoin is trading at $63,322 again. On the 30-day, it's down 4%. Ethereum is trading at $33,399 again. On the 30-day, it's down 4.5%. Solana is trading at $155 again. And on the 30-day, it's up 7.2%. I kind of like my liquidity positions. They're doing so well in Solana. Got some M-Sol, B-Sol, G-Sol, looking good, baby. XRP. By the way, if you guys want to know how to leverage liquidity pools, not how to just mechanically work your way around the liquidity pool, but how to earn money in liquidity pools, you should check us out on patreon.com/Golf Whiskey Mastermind. We give you all the insights, the in and out of how to generate passive income in DeFi. XRP is at 53 cents again. And on the 30-day, it's up 9.8%. Isn't that interesting? Market's doing some stuff. There's some good 24-hour numbers. But again, we're not back to 3 trillion in market cap, which means we haven't got back to all-time high yet. So for me, it's awesome. I think if you're reshuffling, like I am, I'm kind of reshuffling some stuff, got rid of polyastic. I'm going to get out of Launchpad tokens. I'm going to get out of those and add to positions that are winning against Bitcoin currently. Ooh, look at Maker. Up 26.7% on the 30-day. That's cool. I got my Maker somewhere doing this thing. That's cool. Speaking of outperforming Ethereum and Bitcoin. Not financial advice, but Maker is doing okay. What did I want to cover on X with you guys? XRP Drops put this out. I think we found out about this a couple of months ago about Meld Gold coming on the XRPL. I think it's interesting. It's going to launch in Q3 of 2024, so Q3 of this year. Interesting. We'll see how it goes, what it's going to look like, how it may differ than Glint Pay, getting your gold there, how it might differ than just picking up your own physical gold and silver. We'll see what it's going to look like. What is PACT? Interesting. What's going on here? A little demonstration. Interesting. We'll see what that. The time has come. Meld Gold is coming to the XRPL ledger Q3. Connect your mobile device and swap the XRP to Meld Gold. Why the XRPL? As a decentralized layer 1 blockchain known for reliability and stability in tokenizing and exchanging crypto native and real world assets, the XRPL offers institutional grade functionality and built-in features to enable secure, efficient, and scalable financial services and use cases. That was from the people from Mel Gold, I suppose. So I wanted to share this thing. Crypto Eddie shared this exit thing. Not sure. I'm not sure it is what people are thinking that it is. She puts this out. Crunchbase updated Ripple's investment exit. We just looked at Ripple Labs, Ripple, and Solana on Crunchbase just a day or so ago. Bitstamp exit was probably due to the Robinhood acquisition, says Crypto Eddie, but surprised to see Tranglo, where Ripple held a 40% stake in the cross-border payment company that utilized XRP for ODL. So don't know what the exit means. Does it mean, it's hard to say what this exit actually means with Tranglo. See, Tranglo is listed here. I'm not sure if it really matters much. I will say that I do think, where is the post that? Oh, here it is. I do think that we got to understand what Ripple is doing. And for me, a couple of years ago, they made a decision that they were going to pivot. And it kind of is what it is. Jungle Eek responded to this post from Crypto Eddie about this exit and, what it could possibly mean. I don't know. I don't know what it means, but the Trangle's up there is listed as one of the exits. Again, I don't know what it means, if it's important. Does it matter? I do think that Ripple, the company, as being a project that leverages the asset XRP and a project looking to do things on the XRPL, has pivoted and is making some changes and some moves. And I do believe that they are coming up against it, in my opinion. And what I mean by that is getting some wins of note, significant note, not partnerships and NDAs, but getting a win out in the space, in the digital asset, in the crypto space, that is a win. And I don't think we've seen that yet. I don't think we've seen that yet. I expect it to come, but I'm expecting the wins to come by way of the XRPL. That's where that's where I suspect we'll get the wins. That's what where I suspect we get the wins. I was this one was my high risk, high reward plays here with Zurex Leverage. So I was going over Spaces, recording there, listening to what they got going on. I think this is going to be a game changer, especially, quite honestly, I think in a bear market. But I think sideways and bear, I think this is going to do well. I think it does well obviously everything does well in a bull run. But I think when the market are trending sideways and people are figuring out a way to make some money, this is going to do well. And it's a big project, in my opinion. They're doing a lot of good things. We'll see how it goes. Perry and Boring, I don't know. From what is it? What are they calling themselves now? Is it the Digital Chamber? Yeah, they got rid of all the other stuff. It's just Digital Chamber. Shed a long thread about the Binance case and the secondary sale of the BNB, but kind of a little late to kind of talk about it now. What I do want to talk about is this very, very interesting post from Moonchaser. Sharing some knowledge, dropping the dimes on the state of the XRP community. I think it's really, really good. It's really, really good stuff. It's a great read, for sure. Crypto Eddie said, wow, you and I have had some deep conversations, but not this deep, and spot on with this subject. Kaj says, well said, and thank you. But anyway, let me go through this. And by the way, I couldn't agree with her more. Couldn't agree with her more. I said 1,000% and 10,000%. Couldn't agree with her more. It says, Mr. Huber, that's Lear's guy there. Mr. Huber's sarcasm and innuendos and overall sense of humor sometimes may not transfer well, but clearly, Taj has not accused David Schwartz of such things. It is unfortunate to see accusations being thrown about needlessly when the original conversation was valuable. From my standpoint, says Moonchaser, Taj's argument have validity. I agree that central banks are adverse to a permissionless DLT system. A good example is the BIS permissioned mBridge ledger for multi-CBDC cross-border payments. We, as crypto natives, would prefer the permissionless DLT route in line with crypto's original ethos. However, it's unimaginable that central banks would ever give up control and opacity. I agree with her 1,000%. And Ripple understands this as well. That's why Ripple adjusts to what their customer needs, and customer wants private stuff. That's what Ripple is going to do. That's not the XRP holder. You got to understand that. We've said it on the channel time and time again. We said Ripple's priority as a company is to their shareholders. The XRP holder priority is a separate thing, and who knows where it falls in that list. Don't tell me about CEO speak from Brad Garlinghouse. That's CEO speak. It's CEO speak. It's CEO speak. That's what he's supposed to say. Proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. Show me the fruit on the tree. That's what matters. They just recently pivoted. They just recently, in my humble opinion, went all in on the XRPL, thus the digital asset XRP, thus the XRPL. That's a recent pivot. That's not since 2012. That's recent, like 18 months, 20 months, maybe 2 years. Recent pivot in that direction. So from my standpoint, Kaj's argument has validity, he says Moon Chaser. I agree that central banks are adverse to permissionless DLT systems. A good example is the BIS's permissioned mBridge ledger for multi-CBDC cross-border payments. We as crypto natives will prefer the permissionless DLT route in line with the crypto's original ethos. However, it's unimaginable that central banks would ever give up control and opacity. The reason why Flare Networks, in my opinion, is grabbing the market the way it is because they stuck to the original ethos, in my opinion. There is the original crypto native ethos. They stuck to that. There is understandably some confusion amongst the XRP community because many have not been aware of Ripple's pivot and wider industry scope of focus. This may be attributed to the fact that some large XRP crypto Twitter accounts and better-known community leaders have focused on ODL, Ripple payments, and the payments landscape. It's not a may. This is the reason. There's some of the bigger channels in the community who have walked themselves into a corner where they're obligated to promote Ripple and what Ripple is doing because they have sponsorships. They got a sponsorship with Link2, and the number one product on Link2 is Ripple shares. Just put 2 and 2 together, bro. It's not hard. Right? Number one product for Link2 is Ripple shares. And if these content creators have Ripple shares and they have sponsors that say promote Ripple, that's what they're going to do. That's what's going on. They walk themselves into a corner to not be able to tell the whole truth about Ripple. The whole truth, which means the good, the bad, and the ugly. But when you got a sponsorship deal and you're promoting something that's their number one product, are you going to tell the good, bad, and ugly? Don't tell me about you did videos about the digital asset XRP might be a security. That's not telling bad about the company Ripple. That's not telling the truth about the company Ripple. That's talking about an asset XRP that might be a security. Ripple has a bunch of assets, not just XRP. They sell infrastructure products to banks, SMEs, and FIs. That has nothing to do with XRP. There is understandably some confusion amongst the XRP community because many have not been aware of Ripple's pivot and wider industry scope of focus. That's the phrase I use all the time. Ripple pivoted, shifted its focus. And I would say about 18 months, maybe 24 months ago. This may be attributed to the fact that some large XRP crypto Twitter accounts and better known community leaders have focused on ODL, which parentheses, Ripple payments, and the payments landscape with relatively little acknowledgement to amendments and updates to the XRPL protocol. The tokenization of RWAs, and wider XRPL multi-chain integrations. Ripple's digital custody infrastructure play with medical, and more recently. Their acquisition of standard custody, in addition to their stablecoin issuance strategy. Keeping up with the fast-paced changes of just one protocol is time-consuming. So, understandably, it's easy to get lost and just stick with what one's familiar with. She's being kind there. Ripple's holistic strategy as a company is fantastic for Ripple. And when you consider the likes of Digital Asset Investor and Brad Kimes, who are Ripple shareholders, and you consider the fact that they got sponsors of Link2, and that Link2's arguably Link2's number one product is Ripple, what do you think that's going to look like? It's just common sense. And the reason why I call them guys out is because what they did is they turned on the community and started blaming the community when the community began to realize what they were doing and called them out for it. They blamed the community. They come up with things like Twitter police and cancel culture. They come up with this idea that the community came up with this random date of when Moon was going to happen, or when the world reserve currency thing was going to happen. They put the blame on the community. That's when I began to have a problem with those two, because they didn't take ownership of it themselves. They try to blame the community, and that's a problem in this house. So the economics of stablecoin issuance, seigniorage, etc., is lucrative and fascinating. All right, let me read that again. Ripple's holistic strategy as a company is fantastic for Ripple and their shareholders. The issuance of the Ripple USD could ultimately be a good source of income. We'll see whether or not they're going to make this a retail thing. What do I mean by that? They're going to have yield on this stablecoin. It's going to be interesting to see if they make that happen for the digital asset holder, aka the XRP holder. It'll be interesting to see if they do that. It can be done. They can create a model around the stablecoin that's beneficial to XRP holders. Just ask the people from MakerDAO. They can create a model. It's my thing is, will they create it? Or will they focus more on the institution side of things? It's going to be up to Ripple. The economics of stablecoin issuance, in parentheses, seigniorage, etc., is lucrative and fascinating. However, at stake for XRP holders is what is being done to make the XRPL competitive in today's and future digital asset landscape. She's just a question. What is being done to make the XRPL competitive in today's and future digital asset landscape? So what we say on the channel all the time. This is what we want to know as XRP holders. This is what we want to know. And until we lose the lunacy of, I'm not doing anything, I'm waiting for others to do something, I'm waiting for the institutions, I'm waiting for the banks. Look, everyone's entitled to do what it is they want to do. What's happening now is what's happening now. And like I say on the channel all the time, your wallet can look pretty because you got utility. You got utility as the utility is not in the market, but you got it. So your wallet looks pretty. But in the inside, it ain't looking so good. It's not looking so good. In XRP gains, it's not looking so good. So it's up to you. You want to look purdy? I see Ripple's efforts and the many individuals and teams who are working at this on the daily. Question is, Ripple's vision has gone beyond the XRPL, but has the XRPL community moved beyond dependency upon Ripple? I would say the vast majority have not moved on beyond the dependency of the company Ripple. Now, they had a little moment, when they were signing their name to join the 75,000 people. They had a little moment there of non-dependency, but ultimately, on the whole, 1,000%. And it's because the vast majority of people, there's this little challenge, and it's in all spaces, but it's a little challenge to kind of think for yourself. There's a little challenge to kind of come into your own conclusions. Most people like to be led and fed their information, as opposed to taking a seat back and getting to some place, gaining different perspectives, and coming to your own conclusions. It's a big difference. It's a massive difference. I watched one of the XRP entertaining content creators share their success on YouTube. Reached a couple 100,000 subscribers, tens of millions of views. I watched that thread and post on X with congratulations after congratulations after congratulations and good, and not a response of thank you. Not a response. I appreciate you. Not a response. Not a heart. I find it fascinating that the people that will lose their mind defending that dude, and that dude won't take a moment to say thank you. It's alarming to me that happens. And people they're going to lose their mind in this video defending that dude who doesn't take a second to acknowledge them. It's alarming to me. So this is a really good thread. Question is, Ripple's vision has gone beyond the XRPL, but has the XRPL community moved beyond dependency upon Ripple? It's a great question, Moon Chaser. Great question. This is where the community appears divided, as the crux of the issue is part of the growth and realization for the XRPL community. Hence, many passionate conversations. There is a nature of interdependence that connects everything and all of us. The reason why you don't often see me engaged in colorful debates is because nothing is permanent. And I acknowledge this reality and adjust accordingly in order to survive the constant changes. Adapt to thrive, because the XRPL and its community is in a constant state of flux, for better or worse, depends on all of us. For better or worse, depends on all of us. And that's the thing that the community keeps missing, because the community keeps thinking that it's dependent upon people outside of ourselves. And in the end, it's not. It's dependent on us. The success of the XRPL ledger is on the community. The devs are part of the community. The builders are part of the community. Ripple is a single project leveraging the asset XRP and finally looking to leverage the XRPL. Finally. That's what Ripple is. You can't name me an asset and not speak to the community as to the reason for their success. Not Binance, not Avalanche, not Solana. You can't, it's always been that way. It's never going to be another way. Ever going to be the other way. The reason why you'll move a product more so by word of mouth as opposed to advertising, because word of mouth works better. Period. It works better. It works better. And that's community, baby. That's community. It's not that hard, fam. It really isn't that hard. So listen, shout out to Moonchase for a very thoughtful post there. Good job, miss. Good job. Hi, baby girl. So let me say, hey, some of the fam checking in. This guy's got these high rolls. I don't know what your name is, my friend, but I appreciate you checking in. Trey's in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good? You see, of recent, the amount of liquidity Flare is trying to bring with layer 0, and now quick swap on Polygon. I didn't know about anything on Polygon. Trey, they're trying to bring in liquidity for those F asset. Brilliant move. It is. I didn't. What's going on with quick swap on Polygon? Is FLR available there? Is that what's going on? XRP put cookies is in the building. I just wanted to talk about FLR and all day long. Flare was smart enough to learn from, you got to look at people that come before you, take the good of what they did and leave out the bad. That's what Flare Networks did, in my humble opinion. And they stuck to an ethos, the crypto native ethos, decentralization, security, and scalability. And they kept the number one customer in mind. They could have chose which customer was number one. They told they chose the asset holders, the crypto holders. That's who they chose. They could have went out there and took that technology and just went on a Google market share grab. They could have done that if they wanted to. They didn't. Pookie's in the building. How are you, my friend? Life is good. Oh, Hydro. Hydro said, I started my $100 DCA. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Hydro started it. Let's go. The numbers are there. Did you use Into the Cryptoverse, my friend? Did you use that to kind of get to your own conclusion? Hydro, fam, started the $100 DCA strategy. What about that? Alec Heat is in the building. All the blue wrenches are here. Pookie says, Flare. Let's go. He did? Trump picked his VP? Who was that? Chris Mouse like Songbird. I'm a big fan of Songbird. Man, I got to tell you what, after this cycle, and, after the cycle ends in the end of 2025, most likely, it's going to be really, really interesting to see if Songbird and Flare will be accumulation assets. What do I mean by accumulation assets? Assets of value that you buy and hold because it's going up the adoption curve. Not because you like it, not because it has utility, but because it's going up the adoption curve. Going up the adoption curve proves all the other stuff. Those daily active users, the increase in the wallets. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Who is JD Vance? Who's JD Vance? That's Trump's pick for VP? Chris Miles says, thank you. You're welcome. Hydra says, yes, I did use Into the Cryptoverse. Nice. Who the heck is JD Vance? I don't even know who that is. Is that a female or dude? Who's JD Vance? I don't know who JD Vance is. I would have loved to him to have chosen Vivek. But Vivek probably, I don't know if Vivek was on the VP front. You know what I mean? He has videos out talking crap about Trump, and Trump picked him as a VP. Interesting. And did dude accept it? Why, if he's talking crap about Trump, why would he accept the VP nod from Trump? That's odd. Hydro says, yes, I used Cryptoverse. Nice. The DCA strategy numbers are proven out. It's just proven out. Can't argue with it. That's crazy. That's interesting. JD Vance, huh? Interesting. So I'm excited about what's going to happen with the what I hope to happen with the XRP and XRPL. Let me share an example of something that I hope will happen with the XRPL. Now, I was on Orchestra Finance earlier today. I was going to do a video, another how-to video on how to provide liquidity on the XRPL. And maybe I'll do another one. I do have one in my videos. You just go to my video list, go to the channel, go to videos, you'll see it. By the way, you can provide liquidity. If you don't want to spend that 0.0001 an XRP to provide liquidity and then take liquidity off because you're just testing it out, you can use DevNet as well. You just got to make the change in DevNet in your Gem wallet or your Crossmark wallet extension. Really, really easy to do. But I was looking at Camino Finance here. Really excited about it. Let me share a little bit. This is a project on Solana, in the Solana ecosystem, that with their own token. They didn't have their own token. Start a project, no token. They did incentive events to get people to use the project, right? To use the project. You can borrow and lend. You can lend your assets and you can borrow against them, right? They got a little promotion going on for USDC. And I think I provide liquidity with both of these small amounts, $70 there and $13 there, just so I can get these points right here. I'm farming the points because I do airdrop farming. I do farming, and I get rewarded these tokens here. So I can provide liquidity and get money. Provide liquidity, get money. That's kind of how I see it. But anyway, this is an example of something that could be brought to the XRPL. I say it on the channel all the time, don't I? Pookie. I said, what's going to be the freaking Aave of the XRPL? What's going to be the Uniswap of the XRPL? You understand? What's going to be the MakerDAO of the XRPL? Turns out that's going to be Ripple. I'm hoping. It looks that way. So anyway, those are probably, okay, that's the JLP market. And there's the main market. So I have a JLP position that has $70-something in value in it. We started out with $50, I believe. All right, main market where you can deposit. You can supply some Solana. And supply is 5.66%. You can supply USDC, 9.10% there. Outside of JPL market, there's PayPal's USDC. Has 119 million. This is a little promotion going on. 119 million total supply. Total borrowers only 6 mil. Anyway, supply APY 16.71% for supplying. 16.71%. It's not bad for supplying. Borrow APY is only 0.22%. I'm just surprised that this is only 6 million. To borrow, it costs you 0.22%. You're not getting those kind of numbers anywhere else. And you can borrow it and you can trade it, right? So you can borrow it and trade it. You can borrow it and you can trade it. You could borrow it, you could trade it into Solana. Then you could hop on some liquidity pools with the Solana. With the you're right. You borrow PYUSD, right? You borrowed that, but you can trade that to Solana. Not financial advice. You certainly want to do your own homework, do your own due diligence. And then you could, add liquidity with that Solana. And if you add liquidity with anything that says something Solana to Solana, you don't have to worry about impermanent loss, essentially, because it's the same asset. The correlation is going to be 100%, right? You understand? You understand? I'm in this pool. I'm in one of these Jito Soul pools. There's two different ones here. What is this? That's Meteor. I think I'm in this one on Orca. So I'm in this one and I'm in this one, right? Just providing liquidity and earn. But I'm there to farm the points. Why the points? Because the points give me this token of the exchange, of this platform. That's for me. That's why. Because this is going to have value. It's going to keep going up in value. It's going to keep going up in value, in my humble opinion. But look at the layout of this, for example. Do you see how smooth this is? KMNO votes, Camino votes, JUP votes, meme coins, liquidity farm, blue chips, stable, Solana, NFTs. You can long and short here if you're into that stuff. That's not my deal, but you can't. The multiplier is a new thing. And you can check out what your portfolio is here as well. These are some of the more interesting pools. 8.81 million in this liquidity pool, 21 million in the MSOL, which is Marinade Soul, which is a staking place. You can go to marinade.finance. You can get some Solana, stake your Solana there. And they, reward you for staking there. You get the MSOL. You can take the MSOL because it's composable in different platforms. You could take that to Camino and put it in here. That's what I did. These are the things that are coming, I believe, to the digital asset XRP and hopefully to the XRPL. And why do I say that? Because I think it's going to come for XRP before it comes to the XRPL. I think. We'll see. Because of the F assets. I think the F assets are going to launch with utility for XRP before something on the XRPL does. I believe. We'll see. We'll see if Axelar and Evmos, and we'll see what's going to happen. We'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it, but I like to see something like this on the XRPL. I would be participating with my XRP here. 1,000%. It's about network adoption, fam. It's not about holding your XRP on a ledger, waiting for something else to happen. That's not how it works. I'm just sorry to report it to you, but that's the truth. That is not how it works. Waiting for some miracle institution thing to happen. It's happening now. The thing that you want to happen is happening now. Are you participating? Is the question. This is an example of just one of my wallets on Solana. Okay. And just kind of doing some points. I got some stuff staked over there. Got it for free, by the way. Got it for free. So just some examples. Looks like I'm in 4 stuff here. I'm in the MSOL, BSOL, Marinade Soul, Blaze Soul. I forget how I got the Blaze Soul. I can't really remember. But anyway, in that one, not a lot. It's $53. In another one, $40, not a lot. In another one, $35, not a lot. In another one, $30. Just provide liquidity to get these tokens that are going to have value for free and, stake that. It's how the game is. But my point is, this is utility. This is being able to use Solana. Get you some of Solana, go to marinade.finance, go to the GTO finance stake one. I forget what that's called. The GTO one. And this is coming to the XRPL. Hopefully, somebody like Orchestra Finance can build something like Camino has. Hopefully. I mean, they got liquidity pools on here, but these pools don't have the volume right now. right now, currently. When we get the stables, that's going to change. When we get the Ripple USD, that's going to change. But will you participate? Or are you going to wait for everyone else to participate? By the way, nothing says 100%. 100% of my Solana is not on Camino Finance. But I understand it requires active participation. I was here on the early days when this thing would spin sometimes when you would hit borrow lend. You understand? These builders and these devs that build these projects need participation to get better, not hanging around waiting for, when moon. This is another example of an exchange. I hope that DexFi.pro or DexFi.pro will probably go more so the way of Camino, which would be really nice if my guys that DexFi.pro went down this route, because they're definitely going to be doing borrow and lending. If they get some stuff like that, if they build out something like that, DexFi.pro, I'm telling you. Anyway, I think Orchestra can kind of get to this point, right? So this exchange here, it's got limit orders stuff that you want to do that, as opposed to just, kind of market buying stuff. They got a little DCA thing that you can do here. It's all set up for you. You can pick the asset that you want to DCA in. What's the asset that you want to start a dollar cost average strategy? It's on this exchange, Jupiter. It's one stop, one shop. You can pick. You want to DCA in once a minute, once a week, once a day, once a week, once a month. You could just put it in. You just put this in here and it executes the strategy for you. Do you understand? This is what we need in the XRPL community. This is what we need. This is what we need. Advanced pricing strategy allows you to set a minimum and a maximum price rate. Okay, you can even do that if you want. I mean, it's pretty cool. Then they got this value average thing. I think it's phenomenal. I haven't tested it yet, though. I want to see. I got to research it and see what is that. How is that a little different? But it tells you if you started value averaging Jupe on March 1st with a target to increase by 2 every day, you would have spent $360 roughly, and you would have earned 43. In how many days? Doesn't say the date. Oh, 59 number of buys, 59. Okay. See, it's formulated the strategy for you. You just got to plug in the numbers and provide the asset. You understand? It's formulated it all for you. You just provide put them stuff in and let it do what it do, baby. Let it do what it do. And you can pick your asset as well. I wonder if they got when on here. Let me see if they got. They probably don't know. They don't have when. Bummer. That would have been. Oh yeah, they do got when on here. They got when on here. You can put the when meme coin on here and do the value average strategies. See how it goes. The interesting thing, it says platform fee is 0.1%. So I guess they're gonna that's the fee for them to do and execute this strategy for you, 0.1%. On the which is cool, 0.1%. Cool. I in the liquidity pools, but there's stuff out there you pay 5% to enter and 5% to exit. And it's a real valuable project. It's 5% to enter and 5% to exit. I know of 2 of them because I paid the 5%. So 0.1% is not bad. Interesting. Auto receive JUP every buy. You can set that to auto or you can do manual. This is genius in motion right here. This is what we need. This is a reason why they keep saying Solana is the retail chain, because they got projects on here building this. And by the way, all these projects, Jupiter and Camino and Drift Protocol and Marinade and Blaze, they work together. All the devs and projects, they work together. It's like a kumbaya situation going on there. Something to consider. Something to consider. That's pretty cool, huh? Let me go over back to the chat. That's what I expect is going to happen with XRPL. That's my hope. That is my hope. That's my hope that we're going to get that. So what's going on, Michael Marchese? That's the hope. I'm glad you guys started the DCA strategy. Hydro started it. I'm loving it. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool deal. Valuable assets that you can buy and hold. I mean, it's not that hard. And then 90% value assets that you can buy and hold. And you got a little 10% for, 10% for narratives. I'm going to have 10% for RWA narratives, AI narratives, meme coin narratives. 10%, 90%. Buy and hold assets that are performing with a nice 3-figure percentage, 100% or more year over year. Right now, that's Bitcoin, that's Ethereum, that's Solana, and it's actually Maker as well, which is interesting. Bubba Smith's in the building. Afternoon, C. It's been a while watching on the delay. I appreciate you checking in, Bubba. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. And again, this is about what's coming to the XRPL. I believe these are the things that are coming to the XRPL. I do not believe that it's too late. The reason why is because Ripple has a unique advantage. The XRPL, I'm sorry, Ripple. The XRPL has a unique advantage, and that unique advantage is that it can move anything of value in 3 to 5 seconds for less than a penny. 0.00. It's either 0.00001 or 0.0001. I forget. But I think it's 4 zeros and then a 1, I think. It might be 3 zeros and a 1, but I think it's 4 zeros and a 1. And why that's going to matter it's because of this one project looking to leverage the asset XRP and the XRPL. That's one project. Has 1,700 NDA, whatever, partnerships. And if they can bring them on and get them to bring their customers on because they create a product on the XRPL in the form of a token or whatever, that those customers of the institutions will want, you'll start to see volume. You'll start to be on. It's probably going to start with the Ripple stablecoin, where the institutional customers may be interested in owning a Ripple stablecoin, a Ripple tokenized T-bill, whatever, that's going to net them some yield. You got to start slow. But that's going to be kind of the thing. That's going to be the thing. And so to those institutions or the customers of those institutions, doing something for 0.0001 is significant, right? That's a significant. For you and I, we dealt with the madness that is Bitcoin and Ethereum, right, and gas fees, and so we were happy with Phantom. By the way, Phantom is gone to another level. But anyway, so we were happy with Phantom. We were happy with Solana and Avalanche, Polygon, Arbitrum, Optimism. We were happy to go from dollars to cents. From dollars in fees to cents. We were happy with 10 and 20%, 10 and 20 cents. And now it's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 cents. We were happy. Institutions, though, that's another thing, right? $10 million transactions, that's another thing. 5, 6, 7, 10 cents when they don't have to. When they can do it for less than a penny, who do you think they're going to choose? And they got, the never having gone down thing behind it as well. And they got 3 to 5 seconds in as well. So to those types, that's going to matter a ton. If it mattered to retail, anything of value in 3 to 5 seconds for less than a penny, more retail would be on the XRPL. But the other part of that is there's not a lot of stuff for retail to use on the XRPL. I mean, after you get done with NFTs and casino coin, it's not a lot of stuff. We need more stuff. We need the Aave of the XRPL. We need the MakerDAO of the XRPL. We need the Camino Finance of the XRPL. We need the Jupiter Exchange of the XRPL. That's what we need. It's coming. Michael Marquez, he says, for me, the DCA plan has given me focus. Rather than buying things I think are great, I'm investing in great things. I love it. This is the thing that the XRP entertaining content creators just can't figure it out. I just can't wrap my brain around it. It's amazing. I don't know how you run a channel and tell people not to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. I don't know how you run a channel and do that. I really, really, really don't. I don't. What I mean by say don't buy it, oh, it's too slow. This does not a solution make, and all this stuff. Instead of these are the blue chippers. These are the buy and hold assets. Why do I say that? Because this is what the institutions are saying, and this is what the institutions are buying. Yeah. Right? Because the institutions got access to resources that say what matters is network adoption. What matters is the amount of daily active users. They have the metrics and the access. So they know the real truth. Those are the things that matter. If it didn't matter, they wouldn't be buying it. They would look for the thing. They're going to look for the thing that matters. What's the thing that is going to increase their portfolio 100% every year, 50%? They don't get those kind of returns over there in traditional finance. You mean to tell me this thing net year over year is 300%? That's what they're saying. And they just do what Raul Paul says. 90% over here. Yeah, we got a little 1-5% over here. And don't think institutions are not trying to leverage meme coins. That's crazy. Of course they're trying to leverage meme coins. Of course, this is where the money is. Of course they're looking at RWAs. Of course they're playing in that space. But the vast, vast majority of their money is in the blue chippers. You think BlackRock chose Ethereum because they like Ethereum? No one's going to get fired because they built a project on the Ethereum blockchain. Try to convince your boss, oh no, there's this up and coming thing. It claims to be faster and cheaper. It's this up and why didn't they build on Near Protocol? Why didn't they build on SUI? Why didn't they build on Hedera Hashgraph? Why didn't you understand? You got to think about that. You got to think about why real money chose to go and build that way. You got to think about that. Michael Marchese says, sadly, I bought into the BS and glad I broke from the mentality. Yeah. It's like it's a once you kind of learn it and once you understand it, because you're able to take in from different perspectives. Like I said, I needed to I finally figured out that I need to listen to some people that were wealthy before crypto. That's how I got to it. That's how I got to it. I got to it because I listened to the people that were wealthy before crypto. And I had to just ask myself, why would someone who sold one of his businesses for $400 million, why would he be in Bitcoin? I had to ask myself, why would someone who has successfully managed billions of dollars in assets under management be in Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana? I'm like, what's going on there? I had to ask myself, why would a multi-millionaire and a steadfast real estate and gold guy own Bitcoin and Ethereum? Like, you see what I'm saying? That's how I got there. I'm like, You don't think I was saying what? You could 20x and 25x and 40x over here and these different things. Why are you buying Bitcoin? It's only going to be a 3 to 5x. It's only going to be a 3 to 7x. Why are you doing it? Then I discovered this year-on-year return. I understand their thought process of buying and accumulating and holding. They're buying, accumulating, holding, and then they're buying more on the dips because they know that portfolio, what they have, is going to give them 100%, and then 100%, and then 100%. So they put the vast majority of their wealth over there, right? It's just portfolio management. I was looking at it the wrong way. Because you know what's an interesting thing? If you hit on one of those 10 percenters, you're good. You hit on one or two of the narratives in AI or RWA, portfolio is going to be okay. You hit on one of those. Is it IX swap? Is it poly trade? Is it undo? Who knows? What's the AI play? I don't know. Is it going to be? It looks like it's Render, but is Render outperforming Bitcoin right now, or is it Akash, or is it Fetch AI that's outperforming Bitcoin right now? These are things you got to look at. Right now, it's Akash and it's Fetch AI. It's right now outperforming Bitcoin. My guess, certainly not financial advice, I would never begin to tell you guys what to do with your money, is if there's an asset that's outperforming Bitcoin right now, what's it going to do when the bull market happens and Bitcoin begins to lose its dominance? What do you think? That's kind of how I see it. My guy said, hey, if that stuff that you got is not at least on par with Bitcoin right now, you got some thinking to do, some considerations to do. And it's just really about managing the portfolio. That's what wealthy people do. They manage their portfolio properly. They don't go down the risk curve with 50 and 60 and 70 and 80 million dollars. Right? Everybody keeps saying, well, I got to get to the 50, 60, 70, 80 million dollars. Well, I'm learning one of the better ways to do that is to take what you have and dollar cost average 90% or so of that in the things that are constantly giving you 100% or more returns. And then you take the 10%. And I was looking at it, and I was looking at it. I was looking at Polylastic, for example. It's supposedly RWA play, sort of, kind of index fund stuff. And I thought to myself, okay, when you look at the chart, you see all these zeros before you see a digit, and you think how incredibly inexpensive it is. You look at a low market cap of $1 million and you think, man, if this thing hits, it could 60x. It could 50, 60, 70, 100x, right? And maybe it does. And maybe it does. And maybe you get that gain. Maybe it does. But it isn't an asset that you can buy and hold. If it's an RWA play and it's $1 million market cap and it's competing against the 50 million market cap and it's competing against the 500 million market cap and it's competing against a 1 billion market cap, how's it going to fare in the narrative? Right? When the bear market comes, how is it going to fare? I saw something the other day. I thought it was great. I forgot who said it. Maybe it was Kyle Chase. It was interesting. He said, I don't get into things to get out of them. I get into things to stay in. So it's a great point. Because polyelastic looks great. It looks great in terms of all the numbers, market cap, number of tokens circulating supply, total supply. I mean, the price is just whatever, right? And it may do well. I've had it for a long time. And it may do well this cycle. But will it be around after the bear market? I had to make a decision. And I said we're going to do a case study on it, didn't we? We said we're going to do a case study. I shared with you guys what it looked like, shared the numbers. Hopefully you guys screenshot that. We'll see. What does that look like? In terms of polyastic gaining market share, what is polyastic trying to gain market share in? Attention so that it can go up the adoption curve. With all of these projects, I mean, that are coming into the space, is it going to grab market share? What's going on, small business doctor? Siege, how we doing? Doing great, bro. How are you? So that's kind of, it's kind of how I see it. So we'll see. And the other thing I looked at is my position size. If I only have 50 to $100 and something, does it really matter if it's 50 or 60 X's? Or do I want to take that $100 and improve a position where I have $700 to $800? This is the kind of things I've been thinking about. Just some food for thought, not some stuff to tell you guys what to do. Glad to see, Hydro, that you began your DCA strategy. That is awesome, bro. That is absolutely awesome. The numbers prove out how beneficial it is, especially, I think, for regular folks, everyday folks. It promotes constant savings. It promotes leveraging, compounding. It's just it just promotes such good principles. It really, really does. Chris Miles says, game makers choose the players. That's exactly right, bro. That's exactly right. You just got to understand. That's what my guy says. He said, I don't make the rules. I just play by them. You can't be trying to come in here and make your own rules. Well, I mean, utility is everything. I mean, utility is the thing. It's really, that's not what the market's saying. The game is not saying it's utility. The market is saying utility is somewhere else. Maybe it's number 3 or 4 or 5. Right now, the game is network adoption. Is your blockchain gaining the attention and creating network adoption? That is the game. Is your blockchain and or project creating network adoption? That's the game. There's only so much market share out there, so many dollars. Is your thing doing that thing? Because if your thing is doing that thing, it's most likely going to continue to do it. It's most likely going to continue to do it. Nice. Small business. You got $1 million each, man. You're a stud. Small business doctor says 1 million FLR and 1 million Songbird are minimum requirements to be a validator. Okay. If desired. I secured that option now. Time to load up on BTC and more Solana. Just figured I'd lock my FLR bags. Lock first my flare bags with prices so low. There you go, bro. There you go. Nice. You got a strategy. You got a plan. Got a strategy. You got a plan. I love it. You got it. And for me, I just look, I gotta start this plan now. I can't wait. Doesn't make sense to wait. It started now. This is what, 3 months ago I started sharing this with you guys, maybe 4 months ago. Like, I can't wait. I gotta start this plan now. I gotta start the right portfolio allocation and management now. Gotta start it now. I still have a bunch of other cryptos. Still do. It's just a matter of portfolio management. This is where we are. We're on this journey together. I'll tell you the ills and the wills. You think I'm not going to share whether or not Polylastic done a 60 or 70 or 100x? I'm going to share it. It'll be a valuable learning lesson, right? Because am I going to go, oh man, I had Polylastic. Oh man, I had this launchpad token. Oh man, I had that launch token. Or am I going to appreciate that I have more Bitcoin, that I have more Solana, that I have more ETH, that I have more Maker? Yeah, I mean, this is, still got a bunch of stuff. I mean, you can scroll forever here. But yeah, I'm going to exit out some more positions and take my little L's and accumulate into, some of the better stuff. And by the way, I just still feel like we have 60 to 70 days to plan accordingly. Not telling you guys what to do, but I still do believe we have 60, around 60 days to plan accordingly. Right now, I'm on two things: Launchpad tokens and stuff that I have staked in Cosmos. Those are my next areas to evaluate in terms of whether or not I'm going to make that move or not. Boston Lacano, if buy, not stake. Are you saying it's buy, not stake? Oh. Oh, really? So this POLX, that's Polylastic, right? Because there's a POLY. It's very confusing. I had 600,000 staked when they upgraded. I never got them back. Oh man, really? Did you reach out to them? Oh man, that's brutal. You guys saw how much I had. I had millions. I'm like, yeah. So these are the choices. And you got to be able to live with your choices too, right? So you're talking Polylastic, right? See, and that's another thing too, right? Community is important. And being able to be in the Telegram or be in the Discord, and if you're starting to hear stuff that's not, it's important. What's interesting to me? I don't remember the last time or ever hearing anything negative about the maker community. I don't remember it. It's just kind of quiet there with their little 11,000 tokens. Is 11,000? They're getting ready to do a new token model, but I don't remember hearing anything. I don't remember. It's odd. It's odd. Just quiet doing this thing. Alts, Michael Marchese says alts exist to acquire more BTC. This is what it is. And it's become BTC, it's become ETH, and it's becoming Solana. Each one with their interesting adoption on the adoption curve. I had to learn this from Raoul Paul. Do it with access, do it with charts, do it with resources, who's been able to take a look at the space and figure out what matters, what really does matter. He's been able to figure it out. It's not what I think what matters. Let's look at the charts. Let's look at the numbers. What is really mattering? These dudes are not putting $50 million in because Bitcoin was first. You can forget that. That's not why they're putting in $50 million, because it was first. You don't think they've heard the phrase, usually the first one through the door gets shot? You think they don't, right? Nah, it's the homework. It's the due diligence. It's all the access and resources before they get to Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's just, oh, small business says I was in and out of Poly before the X version. Because there's two things, right? There's the one with the pink symbol that I think is PolyX. And then there's one that's just POLX. And I think they're different. It's Polylastic, small business dollars. And then there's this thing called PolyX. And I think PolyX is one thing. Is that you talking about that same one? But you think about the native ecosystem and the blockchain is trying to garner attention. It's trying to grab the market share that is attention so that it can go up the adoption curve. In other words, it can be adopted, used by the retail space. That's the deal. And if the chain hasn't got it and established it, it hasn't got it or established it. But the money is going to be made with the chains that have established it. I mean, right? That's kind of what it is. Let me see here. Which one were you talking about, small business doctor? Because one's on Polygon, and I don't know where the other one is. And I almost feel like, you know what? I almost feel like I stumbled upon Polyelastic, but I really meant Polygon. Because Polyelastic was, remember when they were doing the index thing? See, POLX is Polylastic. The name is Polyastic, but I think there is a POLY. Yeah, Polymesh. You're not talking about that. You're not talking about Polymesh, right? Let me look at Polymesh. 283 million market cap. All the tokens are out. Interesting. It's up 78% on the year. Interesting. Ecosystem. It's on the Polymesh.network, which is interesting. All the tokens are out. I feel like this maybe has been around. But interesting. So there is there. It says Polkadot ecosystem. Polkadot, yeah, okay. But anyway, that's not the one. I was in Polylastic, which was POLX. And I exited. And you look at these numbers, you're thinking, man, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, look, 4 zeros and a 1, right? Everyone thinks when moon, this could take off. And you're probably right. Look at that chart. It's outstanding. It's at 1 million. They made a couple of changes trying to figure some stuff out. It's down 99.8% from the all-time high, right? It looks like a great buy. And it probably is. But when you're reshuffling and making moves, I had to make a move on this one. And I exited. Some people are going to get into this and like, man, you can put a small number in there, maybe do well. But I exited. So this is going to be a great thing here. We'll see. I mean, you can get a few. I mean, it wasn't a lot of money. It's 50 to $100. It wasn't a lot of money. I mean, look at all those zeros. You can get a bunch real quick. It's on Polygon. But I think the Polymesh one, I ended up with a few of those, which is crazy. But there it is there. And so I'm checking out their Twitter and I'm checking for engagement. Is this an engaged community? I'm checking all these different things, and it just was not checking the boxes for me. It's just wasn't checking the boxes. So I exited. You said it's a rug pull strategy. Yeah. So, which is interesting too. I thought about that with some other project I was looking at on the XRPL. I'm like, you can have this interface and you can have these different things, and the rug pull people have gotten so smart, man. They can make a project look like a real thing. You never see any faces. You never see, I don't know. Maybe they have some spaces there as well. But I was talking about Polylastic. That's the thing that I was in. I am no longer in. And I just took the money out and put it in Solana. There's no, oh, Polymath. Yeah, Polymath. Okay, I remember Polymath. It was a Polymath. It was a Polymesh. So Polymath, you're talking about that one. Okay, not Polymath, not Polylastic. I got you. That chart for Polylastic looked good, didn't it? Yeah, it was Polymath. Yeah, I remember Polymath. I remember Polymath, bro. I remember it. Yeah, I sure do. But anyways, just that's going to be a good case study. How would my $5,200 have done? Look at those prices now. Everyone would look at that chart and be like, "Holy smoke-olas!" But I'll take 8 to 9x, 8 to 9, 7 to 9x, 6 to 10x. I'll take that and I'll hold it, right? I don't get into things to get out of them. I get into things to stay in. I get in to stay in. And this is feeling like, to me, this is the wealth creation strategy. But again, if you got 90% and you got maybe 95%, so you got like 5 or 10% to allocate to Polymath, cool. Polymath, Polylastic, then cool. If you're comfortable with your 90%. And what I'm saying, for me, I wasn't comfortable with my 90%. It was weighted the wrong way. I was down the risk curve. 90% of my portfolio was down the risk curve, and only 10% was in the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, the Solana, the Maker. So I had to make a choice for me. I'm not telling you guys to do that, but that's where I was. That's what I was looking at. So that's kind of where I am with that, and wanted to share that with you guys. It's food for thought, certainly not telling you guys what to do with your money, just kind of where I am, where I was. You guys got any thoughts? Let me know. I'm so happy about the people doing their little DCA strategy. I'm telling you, it's going to be stories to tell. It's going to be stories to tell. By the way, Little Miss Crypto Siege has begun her DCA strategy. I love it. 3 purchases so far. I love it. Yeah, baby. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what it's going to look like 10 years from now? Can you imagine what it's going to look like 10 years from now if she just merely DCA's Bitcoin? Now, we're going to do more than Bitcoin, but can you imagine if she just DCA's Bitcoin for 10 years? Just a little few dollars. Right? What I'm gonna have to leave nothing. She'll be good. She'll be good. I won't have to leave nothing. It's kind of how I see it, fam. It's kind of how I see it. So the Camino, the Jupiter exchange of the XRPL, it's coming. I really, really do. By the way, anybody else been able to mint F assets? Because I can't mint. I still keep getting no agents are available. Anyone else been able to mint? Any talks or discussion about that? Let's see. I got some Flare stuff I could share with you guys real quick. Hydro says I can't mint. Okay. All right. I was just making sure I wasn't doing something wrong, or if I was on a wrong browser or something. So Scepter has this news. Shout out to Scepter. What affects the FLR exchange rate? In this video, we explain what impacts FLR value against FLR and what it means for you. Oh, yeah.
Rewards are added to the pool. This video will explain how S-Flare's value tracks against Flare and what that means for you. The Scepter pool started with a 1-to-1 exchange rate of S-Flare versus Flare. As rewards are added to the pool, the exchange rate changes where one S-Flare becomes worth more than one regular Flare. If someone unstakes, their S-Flare is burned, so the unstake has no effect on the exchange rate, and there is no reason to unstake if you see a big unstaked transaction happen. If someone stakes wrapped Flare or Flare with Scepter, this does not affect the exchange rate either, as this mints S Flare. The only action affecting the exchange rate is the addition of rewards to the pool. So the price of S Flare versus Flare goes up, but will not go down. We hope this helped clear out any doubts you had about how S Flare tracks against normal Flare. If you still have any questions, let us know in the comments.
So that's good stuff there. I like that. When is this coming? Spark Dex AI is bringing up 100x perps. Perps Dex and AI powered AMM to Flare, supported by Quick Swap Dex. Okay, got it. It leverages Flare's Enshrined Oracle for price feeds. Okay, what we got here? Flare Dynamic Spark Dex cutting edge AMM perps protocol. So this is just the announcement. Got another thing coming. Got another perps Dex coming. It's called Spark Dex. Spark Dex is an advanced decentralized finance hub featuring an AMM and a perps protocol. Okay. Which leverages Flare's enshrined data protocols for decentralized data. Spark's Dex DeFi Hub is a friendly fork. Okay, it's a fork of QuickSwap. Got it. Now, successful QuickSwap was great for Polygon. I used it all the time. All the time. Interesting. Okay. So that's all right. What's going on with airdrop? Hold on. What airdrop? What's going on with the airdrop? What's going on right now, huh? 5% of Spark Dex total token supply has been allocated as an airdrop to reward early participants on the platform. 40% of this, 2% total distribution, will go to existing squat. Man, what's going on? Perpetuals. Chain abstraction mechanism powered by layer 0, the general message. Okay, great. Okay. Flare emissions program. Supported by Flare's DeFi emissions industry-leading rewards are available on the WFLR, SFLR, and WFLR USDX pools, with more to be added in the coming weeks. Hold on a sec. Family, let's check out Spark Dex. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on over here at Spark Dex. Okay, that was interesting. Your DeFi journey on Flare begins here. It's a fork of QuickSwap. By the way, QuickSwap did their thing. Lightning fast, 1 to 2 seconds. Low fees, 0.1 cents. Growing fast, 20 million. Features, Spark Deck V3 Dex combines the most in demand. So this basically, these dudes are like, okay, Flare Network's got some next level stuff going on. They're hooking up with Layer 0 as well. Yeah, we're going to create a new thing on Flare. I like it. We'll see what's good. A generous revenue sharing model. Okay. What? Competitive liquidity incentive, a generous revenue model, comprehensive V3 activity. And again, you know how we say on the channel all the time, small business doctors, you want to find that next level layer 1, like Flare Networks. It's the next level in terms of technology and stuff. And you hope to get to the projects that are new on that layer 1 early. And you can help them grow, you can help them whatever, and hopefully it can become a thing. You never know if it can become a thing. Like aerodrome on base, you don't know. Cutting edge AI integrations. All right, let's see. Spark Dex will be leading the way in augmenting on-chain AI features. Okay, everybody's doing AI stuff. So let's see what's good. It's built on Flare, huh? All right. View only mode. Please connect your wallet to interact with the D app. Perpetual liquidity. What is that going to look like? Swaps coming soon. Farms coming soon. And it looks like perps and pools are active. All right, what kind of wallet are we talking here? MetaMask? I don't know if I have. I think I did. It's just so we can poke around. Oh, just so we can poke around. Got to get off that base chain. I was seeing what's going on over there with Aerodrome and liquidity pools. All right, so farm is coming soon. Swap is coming soon. What they got going on? Perps is testnet. Okay, I'm gonna have to check out the X page and see what they got going on here. Pool V3, select a token. I got nothing going on. I didn't even know I had S Flare. So anyway, let's see. S Flare, select a token. Flare, I guess. Just kind of seeing what's going on here. Select a strategy, automatic or manual. Okay. Select your T-Fair. I can select my own T-Fair. Select the range. Okay. So this is concentrated liquidity pools, looks like. Efficiency comparison. Full range positions may earn less fees than concentrated positions. I understand. This is kind of where I hang out. So they got full range, safe, common, expert. What? Full range, safe, common, and expert. Let's go expert. All right, we want, double-sided. All right, risk profit, cool. So I can select the fee. Why don't I go with 1%? See what happens there. Okay. So you're going to select the price of FLR here because there's only one asset, FLR, and FLR is essentially one, even though one will be more valuable than the other. And you would just select the price range for FLR. Let's take a look, gander, but we also need a chart to see what's good. We need a chart to see what's going on with FLR. Let's see. Let's do a little dander. I give you some of my secrets here. Go. Let's see what's good. Let's see what's good. Oh, trading view chart comes up. What is this on the hour? So every one of these candles is an hour. That won't work. It's hard to figure stuff out like that. Let's see. That's the daily right now. Okay. So this trend was down, right? Range down, little range, then down. Somebody's buying some FLR here. Picked up. So it got down to almost penny. Okay. What's a little there? All right. Let me get back to this perp thing. What's the base of this pool here? Select type, S flare, spark deck, steer your pools. Interesting. Ichi. Because remember, they're saying that the SFLRs can be more. 94 cents. Why is it saying 94 cents? That's not great. It's only 2 cents for flare right now, right? $0.02 to 4 cents. Let's just say. Just to say, 2 cents to 4 cents, 98. Should say have the current price. It would be nice if they had the current price on here. They don't. But anyway, it's manual. At 1% fee, you can pick your feet here, which is cool. I like that. All right, so let's do half. Let's see what happens. Half, you got to approve the S flare. I don't want to put my S flare in here right now, but the price range for this liquidity position is not eligible for farming rewards. It's not eligible. I didn't even do anything yet. Okay. So let's get out of that and let's try full range. I understand. Efficiency comparison. So you get your money is generally more efficient the further right you go here. So full range will be less as efficient, but you don't have to monitor as much. Safe will be a little bit more efficient. Common will be a little more. Let's go common and see what that says. What is this 90 cents price that they're talking about here? I'm trying to understand that. We'll have to play around and hit with this and see. Okay, so this says SFLR. Okay. Can you mouse over? Nope. It's not letting me mouse over. Anyway, we'll play with it. It's interesting. Select a strategy. I wonder if you could do this first. If you could do FLR this way and SFLR this way. Let's see what happens here with the price. Nope. Still it's the same. See, one's the base pair and one's the base asset, which is what you base your pricing on. I would be basing the pricing on FLR. But anyway, we'll play around with this and see what's good. But how cool is that? What am I on? I'm on common. Still not really telling me anything. But they need a current price. If they had a current price of the asset, that would be cool. Because you can't mouse over Flare S Flare right now. But this is still new. This is still very, very new, but it's good to see that. Your pool, Spark Dex. All right. Select a strategy. I wonder what we can't do automatic. You can't do single. You can't do automatic. Safe. It goes 80 cents. What do you do? Safe. With full range. I understand. You can just probably add liquidity on this full range like that. I'll do half. Got to approve the S flare. So interesting. Interesting. So I'm going to play around with this a little bit. This is kind of where I hang. I'm not familiar with this platform, but yeah, this is what I do on the concentrated liquidity pools on Turbos and on Orca, on Aerodrome. So it's awesome. Shout out to SparkDex. Okay, we'll see what's good. Got a little bridge action. What's going on with that? Can you click on the bridge? No. So they got Flare Mainnet, Flare Constant. So you can help test out as well. So that's pretty cool. See the farm thing coming soon. Perpetual testnet. All right. I have to get on their X and see what else is good over here. See what else they got going on as far as announcement. But that's good stuff right there, family. I'll keep you guys updated on it. So I got something else to help test. What does it say? The fire has started. Game on. Spark Dex is now live at this place here. It's pinned 5 hours ago. Governance vote. Should QuickSwap partner with Spark Dex? It looks like overwhelming yes. So we'll look into them some more and see what's good. I'm not opposed to helping them test out some stuff. But I like. Let's follow them. How about that, fam? Stuff is coming on Flare Networks, and we're early, small business doctor. We're early. Rafi, what's going on? Michael Morcasi says, I'm going deeper in Flare to boost my mining operation. I hear you, bro. Rafi, what's up? What's up? Any thoughts on POZ? No, I don't know anything about PLZ, bro. Small business doctors. I'm not LP any FLR due to impermanent loss. I don't want other reward tokens in exchange for my FLR Songbird. Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you. Yeah. I'm small business doctors. I tried it earlier. Swap not ready yet, hoping to see soon. Yeah. So swap wasn't ready. Yeah. So that's cool. That is very, very cool to see. I don't know what POZ is, Rafi. I don't know what that is, but another thing coming in the flare. And apparently they're gonna go do some airdrop for something. I don't know. We'll see what's good. I guess we'll see if you can hop on the testnet over there, right? You can just hop on testnet and maybe they will reward you for being on the testnet, helping out. That would be cool. Because eventually these things eventually they get their own token and, it's just kind of that stuff. Let's see. All right. All right, let's see about this wallet. Let's disconnect here. Let's see, perps testnet. I don't know how testnet's gonna work, but we'll see. I think I have one of the costumes on here, don't I? Or a constant too. Claim mock USDC. Well, there you go. This is kind of similar to I guess XDeFi as well. Pro trading, stop loss, take profit, trailing stop, reduce other. Yeah, see, perp stuff, I'm not, that's not my thing. But hey, if I can help test out, and I would definitely do that. Three assets here. And then you got some mock USDC that you can do as well. All right, that's cool. I'll help them out. I'll help them out. I will help them out. All right, family. Well, there it is. I'm gonna hop off here, man. Just wanted to share. Rafi, I apologize, but I don't know anything about POZ. To give you anything substantial. What do you think about POZ? Let's see. Flare. I'm not getting any results for POZ. Yeah, I'm not getting any results on CoinGecko for that. All right, family. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's been a really, really cool hang for sure. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. But remember, if you want to know how to provide liquidity on the XRPL, there is a video on my channel, step by step, how to provide liquidity on the XRPL AMM. If you need that, for sure. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out. Do me a favor, hit that like button. That would be super, super cool. We always like to have just as many likes as we have viewers in the stream. And if you've been hanging out, listening to and watching the Crypto Season, you've enjoyed those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell, baby, so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. Yosef, thanks for checking in. Chris Miles, thank you so much. Small Business Doctor, and Rafi, thank you so much for hanging out. Hydro, my guy, Mark and Marchese, I appreciate you guys checking in. Boston Lacono, appreciate you being here, bro. Chris Miles, thanks for checking in. As always, Bubba Smith, thank you so much for checking in today. Pookie, the Blue Renter, appreciate you being here, my friend. Leo Messi checked in. Appreciate you being here. Alex Yeet was in the building. Appreciate you checking in, my guy. XRP Cookies and Trey. I appreciate you guys checking in. And the Alpha numerics over there, I forget what they call that kind of hieroglyphics. Thank you for checking out, my friend. Thanks for checking in. I should say, appreciate you. All right, fam. I'm going to end this live stream like I do all my live streams and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.